Hi, welcome back to Cam's Vinyls. So it dawned on me that my first video on here was a video about what 5 essential vinyls you should get when making your vinyl collection. Future me kind of feels like that video was kind of corny. The thumbnail was kind of corny, and I think the concept was kind of corny. So we're going to kind of redo that. Granted, that was my first video on YouTube, so there's going to be some growing phases and growing pains out of it, but hey, that's why we just keep making them. So in this video, I feel as though it would be kind of cool to show you some of my records that I have. Obviously, I feel like going through all of my records would be kind of insane, and that would be way too long of a video. Plus, I need to milk some more content with them. So I feel like going through some of the records that I got in the month of January would be a really great place to start. So here are the 5 vinyls that I got so far in the month of January. I will have to preface this by saying that some of these records I've already done shorts on them, so I'll probably kind of move through those a little bit faster than the 2 that I haven't already done. So for this first record, I got this while it was on sale on the Interscope website. I don't listen to this artist very much, but one of the big selling factors for the reason why I got this record in the first place was that it was signed. Little did I know in the future that she's a little problematic. But she's part of my collection, so I feel like I should just show it anyway. First record on the list that I got is Camila Cabello, XOXO. When this album first came out, I kind of skimmed through it pretty quickly. I thought it was crazy that she got a Playboi Carti feature and then also a Drake feature. Correction, 2 Drake features, which is insane. City Girls, and then also The Dream. But doing some research into Camila, I learned that she's from Miami, so I guess it only makes sense that she would have the City Girls and The Dream on the same album. And I guess also Drake. Oh, also don't forget Lil Nas X was also on this, so she definitely came out with a star-studded list of features. This album is very 305 Miami-Dade coded. Prime examples of that are 2 songs on here that are just very Miami coded. First one being 305 Till I Die. And I feel like the very obvious Dade County Dreamin'. And then also just to really let you know that she's from Miami, the City Girls are featured on it. I did think that The Dream being featured on here was also pretty cool because if y'all don't know and y'all aren't from South Florida, back in like middle school days, The Dream was killing it. He was one of the biggest artists in all of like South Florida when I was in like middle school. So I guess like 2008 through 2012, I guess. With this being her 4th studio album though, this is definitely her experimental phase. So with all that being said, this album itself is actually very hyper poppy, EDM, hip hop influenced, very experimental. This is a departure from her Latin infused pop music genre that she was doing before. In my opinion, this is her screaming to the world, hey, I'm from Miami, because EDM and hyperpop are just very popular club things in Miami. So in my opinion, it's kind of a mixed bag. For the actual record itself, it comes in this light pink pressing, which is cool, but only comes in an A and B side, which is also one thing that's really super annoying about this. I don't know if I got robbed or something, but like, and I had to look and make sure that this was correct. But on the actual record itself, there's 14 tracks on here. Each side consists of 7 songs. If that's the case, what is this other opening for? One could argue it's for the signed insert that you get with this record, but to me it would feel kind of ridiculous that they would make an entirely other side for this signed insert. Don't be surprised if I don't make a this belongs inside your record collection for this album, because I mean honestly it kind of doesn't. I only really got it because it was on sale, and I got it with this other album, Tierra Whack, Worldwide Whack. Now I've already done a shorts video for this album, but to just give a very quick synopsis of this record, this is Tierra Whack's debut album. I found out about Tierra Whack way back in like, I think 2017. But at that moment in time, she only had like a quick EP with each song being like maybe like a minute and a half, minute maybe. It was something very quick. But from what I did hear from her EP and like her singles that she released, I was really enjoying a lot of them. So I was very surprised to know that it took forever for her actual debut album to be released. But when it was released, I loved it. I can't 100% say that, hey, this was the life-changing album that I needed and needed to wait, almost 5 to 6 years for this record. But it was still a really great record nonetheless. And when I saw it for sale with her signature included on a signed insert, I knew I had to get it. This record comes in an orange pressing where it's only just an A and B side, and then also comes with their signature on a signed insert. Now, I will have to say, I kind of wish that artists would just sign on the actual record itself, like not the actual record, but like sign on the actual record case, I guess is the best word to say, instead of a signed insert. But I guess it's just easier to sign an insert, thousands of inserts or hundreds of inserts juxtaposed to the actual record itself. I don't know. Hey, I think it's just a cool ad nonetheless. For my third album that I got Petrichor by 070 Shake. Now, I also did a shorts video for this record as well. So if you wanted a little bit more quick details about that, you can go watch that shorts record. But as a recap, this is 070's third studio album, and this is an amazing album. In this album, she continues to deliver that dreamy, ethereal vocals that she has. And she's honestly really good at it, which is most likely why Kanye put her on Ghost Town anyway, because she kills it. She is also very heavily inspired by Kanye himself. She's often quoted Kanye as being one of her biggest influences as well. So I guess it only makes sense that at some point they would work together. This record is somewhat of a quick record, sitting at 39 minutes, but the production on here is just so good that it just all fits together and it feels like you're listening to a movie at one point. This record comes in a silver pressing, and it also came with a signed insert as well. Now, that was an album I thought for sure you should be adding to your record collection. But this next one, I haven't exactly done a shorts video on it yet. Most likely at the time of you watching it, it probably will be out. But for my fourth album, that is Boy Anonymous by Paris, Texas. Now, when I first heard this mixtape, I loved it. I came across this mixtape on YouTube, funny enough, because I am the kind of person to just comb through YouTube and just look for random songs that have like 5,000 views here, 20,000 views there, maybe even like 100 views. And I'm pretty sure I came across Force of Habit when it was sitting around like maybe 10,000 views. But the music video itself was fire, honestly. It's definitely eye-grabbing and attention-holding, honestly. Paris, Texas is an LA-based rap duo consisting of Louis Pastel and Felix. This mixtape is very quick, sitting at only 8 tracks, but also features 3 amazing songs: Force of Habit, Pack for the Low, and Heavy Metal. My record comes in this sage green, and I forgot how many of the sage green were actually pressed, but I'm pretty sure it probably sits around anywhere between 200 to 500 copies. And for anyone wondering, I am the record collector who's looking for the most rare limited edition of that record. So a lot of my records are pretty rare and do sit around that 200 pressing number. I think this album for sure is one of those records that you should be looking at to your vinyl collection, but depending upon which comes out first, the chicken or the egg, you'll see. And for my last record, I've also already done a shorts video for this one too. So this might be a little quick, but my last record I got in the month of January is Indigoism by the Underachievers. In my shorts video, I'm pretty sure I stated that this was a life-changing mixtape for me. This mixtape got me into all that blog era hip hop. So Capital Steez, Joey Badass, All the Pro era, Flatbush Zombies, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg, all of the ASAP Mob. This was a mixtape that put me down that route. Like, I remember I had to be 14, 15 coming across Herb Shuttles for the first time, blew my mind. And then immediately following that up with Potion Number 25, awakened my third eye for real. Indigoism was the first taste of psychedelic hip hop that I had. And I guess one could say that Faces maybe might go down that route, but this was definitely that trippy third eye, indigo child stuff that I was hearing, and it just kind of made me, wow, like this is blowing my brain. And Herb Shuttles and Potion Number 25 aren't the only bangers on here. I mean, you also have My Prism, Gold Soul Theory, Maxing Out. Pretty much the entire track list is just amazing. I mean, I feel like I say amazing and great all the time, but this mixtape right here, oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely did it for me. This pressing is signed by both Issa and AK. This was the 10th year anniversary pressing of this album. The only thing though is I got this record on secondhand. So if any of you guys heard the stories of the people who bought this album right when the Underachievers were releasing it on their IG, yeah, those people went through hell. I didn't, so I don't have any bad sentiment towards this album at all. I would have to say one of the big downsides to this record, though, is that I'm pretty sure it's just probably because of how long it's been, but for some reason, the cover on it kind of looks like it was just an old picture that they pulled off Google or something. That's my I guess that's one of my biggest gripes with it. Other than that, I think this is an amazing mixtape and definitely should be part of your record collection for sure. But if you're watching this video, you probably already know that. And those were all the records I got in the month of January so far. I'm still waiting on one more, but I'm pretty sure we all know what that one last record I'm waiting for is. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe. Comment down below if you liked any of the records I got, or just let me know if there's some ones I should have gotten, or throw a question out there and I'll do my best to try to answer it. But until next time, keep it spinning.